Hey, hey, Stay. How's it going?
Hi, it's going well. Enjoying a very nice, cold London evening afternoon. How about you?
Yeah, just recovering after a big Thanksgiving leftover lunch.
Wow, how was that?
It was fun. We had some friends over on Friday and had so there were like seven of us and just had all the traditional stuff: turkey, mashed potatoes, gravy, and then some like Puerto Rican staples like pernil and like rice and yeah, a lot of drinks, a lot of food.
Nice. How was the turkey?
It was good.
Yeah.
I have this really simple way of making it, which is like they sell these like plastic bags that you can put a turkey in. I
Oh
never
yeah.
even heard of this until a couple years ago, but like you basically just put the turkey in the plastic bag, put it in the pan, and put it in the oven for 4.5 hours. And I guess like the juices kind of flow back to the top in the bag, so it like auto bastes it for 4 hours, and it ends up very tasty.
Okay, that sounds great. I think I've actually seen that in some movies, like turkey in a bag. You just put the whole bag in the oven and that's it. Nice.
Yeah, it seems a little weird to be putting a plastic bag in the oven, but I guess it's like a certain type of plastic that doesn't
Yeah,
melt.
yeah, exactly. The wonders of modern technology allowing you to put turkey in a bag in the oven. That's pretty nice. Yeah, I sometimes get these casseroles that, like, people over here are big on semi prep stuff. So stuff you just get from the
Mm.
supermarket and you just put in the oven. Just take the lid off the top and that's it. And some of them are pretty tasty. So they're like a home cooked meal, but yeah, way easier and just like shove it in the yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's nice, especially
Yeah.
when it's not like frozen first. It's more like just prepared, and you do the last step.
Yeah, exactly. They're surprisingly good. I don't know what they put in them, but they're pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the day after Thanksgiving here, we had our first snow of the season. So it's already melted, but it's like down to the 20s and teens temperature wise, which let's see, what is that in Celsius?
I wouldn't know.
It, like nine, -10.
Okay, so
So
it's
yeah.
even hotter than here. Yeah, it's been like 5 Celsius over here. So yeah, winter is pretty much over here. So got even got the gloves out. It didn't snow yet though. It's nice, you know. Are you a snow person? Do you like the snow?
I I like the snow. I mean, I think I've learned, like coming from Florida, I've learned like the equipment I need to not struggle in it. The right clothes, not be too cold or too hot. The right shoes that I won't have wet feet.
Yeah. Snow's really cool, but it's a bit problematic. I mean, there's like so much stuff to take care of when there's snow, especially after it melts and there's that slush. I love snow, but I hate the
Mm.
slush. I don't hate anything more than the slush. I mean, I love snow as much as I hate the slush that comes afterwards. And yeah, growing up in Bucharest, usually it was like that because you have like huge snow, 50 centimeters of snow, and then it just melted away, and you got this like really like dirty slush, uh, just a couple of weeks, in spring, and yeah, it was horrible. Yeah,
Mm.
so I kind of like snow. And you've been to Dragonsteel. How was that?
Yeah, it was so much fun. It reminded me of like anime conventions I used to go to in high school or something. Like it was just like a bunch of super fans of Brandon Sanderson's books and the other authors there. Just 2 full days of talks. There were like 4 different rooms with panels going at a time, and there was a like a huge game room with board games and like D&D going. And then there was like a an interactive like LARP game, like a live action role playing game where you had to like seek out certain things in the convention center,
Oh,
which kept it fun because there were constantly people just walking around playing it.
okay, so kind of like a treasure hunt or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Like some of them were like you have to talk to people and get these little tokens they called reality icons from one
Okay.
of Sanderson's books.
Mm.
Another one you had to like take photos of certain things, or you had to scan certain QR codes that were hidden around. So yeah, it was a fun like mini game.
Wow, that sounds great. And I've seen like the conference rooms were huge. I didn't expect that from. I mean, I read that Sanderson has like an army of fans, which is like a very interesting phenomenon for us in the book world to witness. But you know, there's one thing to have book fans on the internet, and there's another thing to have a conference like conference room as big as that one, which I'm guessing was like filled with with people.
Yeah, it was packed by the for at least a couple things, including like the final closing. But yeah, like yeah, it was big enough that it had like a main stage, 2 screens, and then like a football field back. There were 3 other screens with more seating behind that. So yeah, it gave you kind of a good look at what was going on the main stage from anywhere, which I very much appreciated because I kind of I watched the opening keynote at the front, or the opening ceremony at the very front, where I took the
Yeah,
video of the
yeah,
song that they
that's
sang, and then I kind of hung out in the back after that.
nice. Yeah, I really like the video. I didn't like quite understand. I mean, I like the singing. I tried to like get what they were singing about, but I'm guessing it's more like an internal universe kind of thing. You had to read the books, right, to get what it was
Some of
about.
it,
Okay.
yeah, it kind of was joking between like book industry jokes, convention jokes, uh, things specific to Sanderson, and things specific to like Dragonsteel, the company itself. So yeah, it kind of was all over the place. I'm sure that they'll like have a recording of it that they like present on the channel that probably has like the full um, like subtitles along with it, because they played the subtitles on the screens, but as I was recording I kept going back and forth from like the screen to the people. I probably should have just concentrated on the screen so you could actually see what they were singing.
Nah, it was actually good. You caught the atmosphere, the whole like spirit of the song. Yeah, but that was nice. I mean, I was
What?
amazed about the whole thing, reading the blog post, the sheer like scale of it,
Yeah,
I guess. I mean,
it's a
uh,
yeah.
this is just like his books. It's not like a book convention, like a fantasy convention. It's just like the Brandon Sanderson convention. Yeah. What was your feel of
Yep.
the whole thing?
And
Like, yeah.
one thing that really kind of surprised me is like, I've read like every Brandon Sanderson book, which is probably like 50-ish books. And I thought, that would be like the minority, but that was like the minimum.
Oh,
Like
that sounds scary.
most of the talks that I went in were like, this is a spoiler talk. And when they say spoiler talk, they mean spoilers for 50 books. Like, in other words, it's open season for anything you want to mention across any Sanderson work. And so it's not like this is spoilers for this book or this series. It's this is spoilers for everything he's ever written. And that's how most of the talks were structured. So if you go in and you haven't read everything, then there were probably a number of panels where you would have had to just turn right around unless you wanted to be spoiled.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
yeah, that's good to know for anyone who's thinking about going.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean,
But they did a
expect.
good job of announcing it.
Okay, that's good. That's good. I'm guessing, I mean, I wouldn't expect people to read the full 50 books, but yeah, that's that's a lot. Those are
Yep.
some dedicated fans. I mean, yeah, I didn't know he
Yeah.
had so
And a
much. I
lot of people
mean,
in costume.
yeah, yeah, I've seen that. They were like huge on cosplay. Everyone was like doing their eye, and the costumes were amazing. So yeah, the whole thing was pretty crazy. Yeah, I haven't seen like something for like the universe of an author. So well put together.
Yeah. And they announced next year, like this conference was on a Monday and Tuesday because the book that the conference is based around that's coming out came out on Tuesday night
Okay.
at like or maybe it was Monday night at like Tuesday at 12 a.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Mountain Time.
Mm-hmm.
So the conference was kind of around that release date. And next year, when they do Dragonsteel, it's going to be on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and they're releasing the book on I think Saturday at midnight. I'm not sure if it's Friday night at midnight or Saturday night at midnight, but one of those two. Because I guess now Sanderson has enough sway that he can release a book on a weekend. He doesn't have to do it on the typical Tuesday schedule.
Okay. Oh, I
But
didn't know about the Tuesday Central. What's that? Is it like the usual time when they release books?
yeah, yeah. I think it's the same for movies that are. It used to be the same for movies that were coming out on like DVD and like Blu-ray. It might still be like Tuesday's kind of the release date for those. The same way like
Okay.
Friday is normally the release date for in theater movies. All of this has been changing as with
Yeah,
COVID and
the
other
whole
things, but
like yeah landscape changing, I guess. But
yeah.
that's
But
interesting. What's the is there like do you know like the reason, or is there an actual reason? Maybe like how the
yeah,
industry like releases statements, that kind of stuff.
I yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's been that way since before the internet. So it's probably some like older reason than technology or than like internet technology. Um, let's see.
Yeah, I don't know.
Here, I
By
can
the
ask.
way, you're getting blocked a little bit. I think it's my connection that freezes. So in case I don't answer, it's that. Am I freezing up on your end? Probably not.
I think the video is freezing up, but I think it's probably we're still sending the video to our like video processor,
Oh, okay,
but
that's
it might
good.
not be showing up great for the two of us.
That's fine.
So according to ChatGPT, some of the reasons for Tuesday releases is because it allows publishers to get take advantage of an entire week's sales. It gives
Mm,
media coverage over the entire week, so news outlets, book reviewers, and everyone can um, review it for the weekend.
mm.
And in the past, new books were typically shipped to bookstores on Mondays. This allowed the stores to have the books ready for sale on Tuesdays.
Okay, sounds pretty
And I
solid.
guess
I
it's
mean,
just
yeah,
and it apparently it's a U.S. specific thing too. So I guess in other countries it's not so much a Tuesday thing.
yeah. I haven't heard about that, but it's probably. I mean, it makes sense. At least in the old world, I guess it made sense. Over in like the 2000s, uh, where yeah, they had to like promote it throughout the week. Well, maybe now in the like big publisher universe as well. But yeah, that's really
Yeah.
interesting. That it could be like interesting to cover the anticipation from before when a book like this goes live, when we implement discussions, I'm thinking that would be like really
Mm.
interesting to see. So for instance, you have the book and you know it's going to be released, and uh, you have discussions on that book pre-release. Maybe we can even do something special, you know, before. Don't know what exactly, but it would be nice to be like this celebratory moment, and maybe we could do a feed item for books that just launched, and we could like throw them in the feeds
Mm.
of all the people. Like Brandon Sanderson's book just launched, and it gets like pushed through everybody's feed, and we do it for like
Hmm.
more popular books, maybe.
Yeah, it's. I think one of the things that I'm still like trying to figure out what direction we go is for the feed. How much of it is stuff that you follow being fed to you, and how much of it is recommendations being fed to you? Because right now it's like
Hmm.
full out, like you follow these people and that's what you get.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like how much do we go in that direction of um, like recommendations?
I think.
But to be
I mean,
determined, I think.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a balance. I mean, we could say like half and half, or 60-40, or 70-30, but I'm guessing it could land anywhere. Some people might prefer the recommendations to expand their mm, network or their reach or their outlook. Some people might prefer to keep it only to the people they're following. I guess Twitter did
Yeah.
that pretty well with the separation between the following and the for you. So for you would have plenty of recommendations. Following, I think it would be just like ads and people you follow. So we could do that.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. One way could be to have it where like when you're setting up your feed, you select like what you want to see in it. And it's like,
yeah,
I want to see activity from people I follow, reviews or ratings from people I follow,
yeah,
recommendations or like activity on discussions. It's almost like it's like a customizer for your feed. And that's what
yeah.
you could maybe like change that at any time. But yeah.
Yeah, that would be actually great. And very few, I don't know, maybe just Facebook has this. Else you can like opt out, so you can like customize your feed. So that would be like really, really interesting. I mean, for these kinds of events, like a big author launches a book, I like to see it. I mean, even if I don't follow the author, I'd like to see. I've always had this question. I'm going on book sites that cover releases, but I'd love to have that on hardcover when we have good data on what books are getting released this month, and as they are released, to be aware of those releases. I mean, it might not be books I even am interested in. But I don't know, I kind of like seeing them being launched as a reader. I don't know why. It makes me like happy a little bit that something is launched, and it also like makes me curious about. Oh, let's see. I guess the curiosity would be, what are people actually writing about in 2023, even if it's not like interesting to me. But I don't
Mm.
know what's wrong. So for instance, I don't read like young adult, but I like looking at what young adult books are popular right now. For some reason, yeah, I really like doing that. Although I'm probably not gonna read the books, but I really like seeing, the topics. I guess to yeah, out of curiosity, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like looking at the like New York Times bestseller list. It's like a snapshot of what kind of the current cultural zeitgeist is focused on, and whether or not you're focused on any particular thing in there, you're usually able to see like some patterns in it. Like, oh, people are kind of really tending towards dystopian fiction this year,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
things
exactly.
like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, really well put. I think that's like actually it. But having those in the feed would be nice. Seeing those books as they launch, as maybe people in my network discuss them, it would be like really interesting. Uh, I also
Yeah.
like them graphically. I think young author books have some of the best book covers, and some of them go heavily into illustration. So that's like another reason I'm like interested in the books themselves. And yeah, I end up reading the summary or the description as well. And some of them are interesting. Maybe I should, yeah, start reading a few. Might be like when I got into K drama, which I wouldn't think would
Oh
happen.
yeah.
But yeah, I don't know these kinds of things. I mean, yeah, I don't know. How about you? Do you like K drama?
I do. At least the couple I've seen. Like my wife watches more of them than I do, but I've watched a couple with her, and like
Yeah,
they've always been fun. It's it could just be something like a dentist in a small town in Korea, and you're like, oh,
I actually
somehow
know
this is
that
entertaining.
exact. I know that exact series, and I freaking loved it. Yeah, uh, yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
They're really compelling. I don't know why, but see this kind of thing, I never would have thought. I actually like this, but yeah, the discovery part would be like really interesting. And since they're new books and they appear there, I think they might be. Uh, there's that reason. So this book is new, is just launched. Else, it would have to be like kind of here's this book, maybe you'd like it, but it doesn't have anything to do with your reading. If it's like a newly launched book, could be interesting.
Yeah, and nowadays, even when a new book launches, it's like I I need to finish the book I'm currently reading, and then like finish up, like maybe I have something else that's already super high priority before I even jump into the next one. So I'm always in awe of people who read the books immediately when they launch, because I feel like I've rarely done that.
Yeah, yeah, we should
But
have a badge for that. I mean, I think we actually might have, like, I think we talked about the badge about for people who read the book very, or was it a stat? I think it was a stat. Like you were among the fastest readers after the book came out, or something like that.
oh yeah,
But
we do have one of the things in the stat profile stats is like the book that, like the number of pages you read per day was the most to complete it. So it's whatever book you read the
yeah,
fastest,
yeah,
which
exactly.
is which is a neat stat.
Yeah, yeah, that's a very
Yeah,
good
I
stat.
like that one.
Yeah, yeah. There
Like I
should
looked at
be.
that one and I'm like, oh yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, we should definitely at the point where we'll have badges, make a badge for the fast readers.
Hmm. Oh, and for the convention, I wore my new hardcover shirt,
Oh, here we go. Wow, that's nice.
and it's like a fabric like quilted thing,
Oh,
not like a
wow.
press on.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know how much it comes through, but it's like,
Yeah, I think
yeah.
I can
So
actually
the
see
place
some
does,
texture in there. Okay, yeah, that's really
yeah,
neat.
from
Oh,
like
wow, look at
see the
that.
threads.
All right.
So this is like
We have
a
t-shirts.
demo, but I could make a couple more.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, I'd love a hardcover T-shirt. That would be really nice. What did did you talk to like any people about? Did any people ask about hardcover, or was it more
I,
like Brandon Sanderson talk?
yeah, it was pretty much all Brandon Sanderson talk. I ended up not really feeling right to
Yeah,
like self promote, so I kind of just had fun geeking out with other people. But
yeah. Well,
next year,
that's
I'd
yeah.
consider getting a booth.
Yeah, definitely. That sounds good. How were the
But
booths? I mean, were there like just places where people could advertise the stuff they were doing?
it was probably about 80 booths, and about 50 of them were authors, like with promoting their books. And then a lot of them were people just promoting other like goods that they produced, whether that's
Mm,
dice or D
mm.
and D figures or some
Okay, yeah.
like uh, other crafted things, crafted goods.
Yeah, I saw the Christmas decorations. Those were pretty good. So those were like
I love those.
people were selling, not just like were like uh, promoting.
Yeah, I think the Christmas ones were like in cooperation with like Dragonsteel, but most of
Mm,
them, but there were a lot of things that were like fan made creations for fun, um, like the yarn characters, which were really cute.
nice. Yeah, I've seen those.
Yeah.
Pretty great.
For today, I was thinking about want to do like a deep dive into the 2023 year in books, kind of where we're at now. Just both of us kind of looking over it and making a list of
Yeah.
things we need to do from here on out.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there will be some spoilers for people who will see this, but I'm guessing when we publish it, by the time we publish it, they're already like gonna see it live. So let me share my screen over here. Wait, here we go. Just one
And I
sec.
just pushed a couple things this morning if you want to pull in those changes.
Okay, that's perfect. Actually, I have to quit and reopen. I'll just like quickly exit and rejoin. And
Okay.
or maybe do you want to share the screen? But I haven't pushed like
Uh,
the latest things.
uh, oh yeah, if there's new things you haven't pushed, then maybe it would be better to, or unless you want to push those and I can just pull them up.
Yeah, let me actually do that. So, uh, ta-ta-ta. Okay. I can't actually push them. I'm on a new computer, so this is not working. Open git log. So yeah,
If you
something's
want
not.
to share your screen, I could help with the merge and everything.
Yeah, let me just quit because I have to offer Google Chrome the share.
It seems to happen to me every time I set up a new computer. It's like the first time you share in Chrome, you have to go into settings and change that setting.
Here we go. We're back. Okay, that took less than expected. So entire screen. Here we go. So we've got this over here, and we've got this over here. And here we go. There's like lots of stuff in here. I can quickly go over this page, or should we not give people the
I
spoilers?
think we could, but let's first merge it in. That way you can get like all the changes at once.
Okay, let's do
So
that. So, seeing this, I'm trying to commit all of these changes, and
so
it's
let's see.
saying make sure
Make
to configure
sure.
your username and user email in Git.
Oh
So,
yeah. So I think if you um, the way I usually do that is if you open up if you open up in code, um, the terminal in code and do
okay,
like run code and then till or it'll be just a code and then tilde code space
Okay.
like a what is it like a
Did this
yes, and then forward slash dot git config.
like this?
Yeah.
Oh, here we
Okay,
go.
so it's empty. Okay, so it was kind of just a quick way to see. And then what I usually do is like if you add something like this at the beginning, I'm gonna send it to you on Discord here.
Okay, gotcha.
And
Uh,
it's kind of the same as what you could do from the command line, but this is just a simple way of doing it.
Here we go. Okay, perfect. So save this,
Yeah. And
and
now,
now. Oh, okay. Oh, it's actually working. So I'm just gonna write changes to 2023. Don't write commit messages like these people. I'm in a hurry. Year in the books page.
it works. Cool.
Okay. Oh, great. So I can sync. Oh, crap. What happened? Open git log. Eh, command output. I have divergent branches.
Okay, so what I do is in the terminal, so if you run get status here, what's it look like? It should probably say you are one commit behind and one commit, two commits each, respectively. So what I do is run get pull space dash dash merge
Like
or
this.
for
Oh,
or yeah
oh,
like
sorry.
yeah, or at least I thought that's the command. Um, get pull. Why am I thinking that's what it is? Um, or just like if you just run get pull, what does that do?
Well, let's see. Oop.
Okay. So I set that first config, like copy that line, that get config pull dot rebase false, and
This
run
one.
that locally. So what that'll do is whenever you do a get pull now, it's going to use merge to merge your changes with the other one, as opposed to rebase. So now
Okay.
if you just do a get pull, it should pull the changes, merge them, and so now
Okay,
there are
so
parts that we both made the changes on. So now these will have to go through one by one.
okay, so resolving margin there. Is that how you usually do it? So du-du-du.
Uh,
Okay. So I made a couple of. So the
yeah.
link has a class name, so I
Could you
can copy
make
it.
could you make this window a little bigger?
Oh yeah, sure. Wait, sorry about that.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
Here we go.
cool.
So I think this has another class name.
Yeah, yeah. I
Just
made the entire section a link instead of having it be a div. That way, like if they clicked on kind of anywhere in the author section, it would kind of go to the author page.
okay, gotcha. Okay, I'm just gonna uh, take yours, and if there's anything, let's see, what did I do? Oh, okay, I just messed up with the style a bit. I'm gonna redo that. So I'm gonna accept incoming, and then there's this one. Boom, boom, boom. For this, I'm gonna accept current. So I just added the margin top. So okay, this is
And I
good.
just
Merge.
yeah,
Complete merge. Okay, and here we go. We got this one resolving merge editor. So what do we have here? We have a shadow. I'm gonna accept the incoming.
And
Was
you can
that it?
accept parts of both if you want to by doing like accept combination that kind of combines both of them.
Oh, okay. Ah, that's interesting. Let's see. So this one, I'm gonna accept the current. For the next one, let's see what I did. So accept combination. Ah, here. Oh, okay. This is what you meant. Okay.
Nice, yeah.
So
Oh
this
yeah,
is
this one I want to show you once we get to that point because I think it ended up looking really cool.
okay. I'm gonna accept incoming and complete merge. Okay. Here we go. So should we be? No, not yet. So I did a bit of padding here. Complete merge. Boom, boom. So this one,
Oh
what
yeah,
I do?
I uh, I changed how you pass text into the text component so that you pass it in as children rather than as a string. That way, it allows us to have multiple like paragraphs with the styling.
Okay, ah, perfect. Okay, so I'm just gonna do. So what did I do? Accept combination. Okay, so yes, okay, and children. Okay, just a little bit of styling. That was it on my end. So, oh, okay, so this is ah,
Yeah.
perfect. I did a little bit of text over here as well. Boom, boom, boom. You want to go over it, or should I just like accept incoming?
Want to use your background color there?
Oh
The
yeah. How do I
I
like?
think if
Should
you
I edit
say
it here?
yeah, I think if you accept incoming and then use that one.
Accept incoming. Okay.
But now might have to undo it in the bottom. Oh yeah, there you go.
Accept incoming, and then here we go. Complete merge.
Okay, cool.
Okay. I was gonna put this at the end, if that's
Mm.
okay.
Yeah, yeah, I'm down for that.
Yeah. Let me. Did I? Yeah, I overridden the text. But we'll just change it afterwards. I'm just gonna commit sync to changes because I have an end section, and yeah, I was gonna put stuff in there.
Nice. Yeah, I was on the fence about having that first anyway, so yeah, I like having that at the end.
Yeah, it's better. There we go. So,
Sweet.
okay.
Okay.
So now, oh, I also changed this image, but I'll change it afterwards. So we've got this one, and then boom, here we go.
Nice.
So all
Yeah,
these
yeah. That
sections.
was the I added that like
Oh, the background.
yeah,
Okay.
and just added like a smoke 200 so it adds a little darkness around it, kind of defines
Yeah,
the
that's
area.
nice. Yeah, I'll probably have
Oh,
to work on the flex over here, but yeah. So what I did is get the
whoa.
images inspired by each of these books. So the way I did it is I looked up a summary, and based on the summary, I looked at a scene that might make sense from that book, and I generated an image based on that scene. And for some, I'm still looking at stuff that can be improved, but it's already like pretty nice, I'd say.
Yeah,
With
that's very cool. Oh,
yeah,
nice. Man, yeah.
hey, hey.
Whoa, yeah. Nice.
Yeah. So all of these. So basically, yeah, this is. up to the point where I made it. I still have a couple of sections left. Oh, and we also have prompts now. Okay, that's perfect.
Cool.
Nice. So not long to go. We're almost done with this page. I think it's been a huge effort, but soon it will be ready for publishing. So uh, go back to this. I was gonna ask, when do you think we should publish this?
I'm thinking the day after Christmas.
The day after Christmas?
Yeah, either
Don't
that or
you
we
think?
do it on Christmas.
Okay, but wouldn't that be? I mean, my worry is that we won't have enough time, and people would be like already in holiday mode by then.
Mm,
Uh, I've seen like, when does Letterbox do it? Because that might be like a good indication of
they
when
do it on the first of the year
the
because
first of the year.
yeah,
Okay.
because they do it after kind of all the stats are in for the like December. We're kind of doing it early, so it's we're kind of assuming that things won't change too much between when we publish this and like the end of the year.
Yeah,
But
well, they probably won't. At
yeah,
least for, we can put a note on the December most read,
yeah,
which is Iron Flame.
yeah. It's that's kind of a placeholder, but I just copied November.
Oh, okay, okay. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, that's good because I was struggling to generate two images that would be about that book and would make sense. So I made a little Dark Academia Dragon University over here, and then I got a dragon in battle mode with the main character riding it. So yeah, that would be good from my point of view. So I guess like what's left to do now, apart from a couple of tweaks. I also made it mobile friendly, so it should be
Ooh,
pretty good
nice, nice.
for mobile as well. Um, I guess now what would be left to do is validate these pictures, so they're kind of like in tune with the actual books. So there's a pretty accurate depiction of a scene in the book.
Yeah,
Um,
maybe yeah. Once we're to a comfortable point, we could probably share that with the like librarian channel and have them be
mhm.
kind of the first look at this and see if they think that these images accurately reflect scenes from each book.
Yeah, yeah, that'd be great because that's what we want to like express. What's the book the most read, or the top book? Yeah, a scene from the top book, and show people how that looks like, because it looks pretty. I mean, this is really nice. I still have. I did a lot of variations for Yumi and the Nightmare Painter, but
Oh
I'm
yeah.
still like working on a couple of versions. I was trying to get them in this like, yeah, another setup, and I'm not happy with some of the details, but yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah. Some of these I think will be tricky to get like an accurate like character representation.
Yeah, I
But
mean, yeah.
I think getting them past like kind of a pass with the librarians will help with that for sure. Like they'll
hmm
probably find little things like, oh, this character doesn't wear this kind of clothing, or this character, you know, has this color hair, and then we can tweak things from there.
hmm Yeah, exactly. That's gonna be. I mean, for some, it would probably be an approximation uh, for here, for example, I tried to make this jacket red from the prompt as best I could, but it would only, for some reason, give me a green pirate jacket because I looked at some of the fan art and the jacket was red. Uh, so I wanted to make it red, but no matter how much I tried to make the freaking jacket red or bright red, or it just ended up like this.
Hmm. There were a lot
Yeah.
of people dressed up as Tress at Dragonsteel.
Really? Okay. Well, yeah, a picture of one of them might be like really useful for the prompts.
Yeah, I'm sure I could find one.
Yeah, just for us to know how to actually describe the clothing, because since it's books, we rely on the visual description.
I,
So
I had a couple notes on sections. I was curious to see what you thought of.
yeah, yeah, let's go
Um,
through them. Yeah,
do you want me to share my screen, or do you want to keep
yeah,
sharing
go ahead.
yours?
Yeah.
Let me pull in your changes real quick. Okay, refresh. And probably don't need to be the entire page. Putting this on my like large monitor kind of makes it probably even bigger than the average person would look at it. So this is
Yeah.
a slightly slimmed down version. Um,
Nice.
so yeah, some of the areas I had notes on. Um, I was thinking probably for the ambulance for this section. One thing I was thinking is like there's a lot of lower space down here,
Mm-hmm.
and I really like how like once we get into these sections, it's like very centered.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering about how we can make these sections feel more like that, where it's like it's taking up like the middle part of the page rather than like the top part of the page.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with these, I think like the effect we went for at first was to have that background image as a background image with the logo and the navigation up top. So we could actually make the container centered and make that image. I think we also had some designs similar to this. Make that image with more padding up top and on the sides, so it's central, like those sections in the bottom. So it would be like exactly the same, but it would have more padding up top. It would be centered so that it kind of detaches it, because right now the idea is that the top image would be like a cover image, or we could make the top image literally like half of the screen, but I think it would take a bit too much of the space. It would be a little bit overwhelming.
Yeah. I think I feel like having it only almost show up almost like a slide in the middle.
Hmm.
It could because then we could kind of shrink everything down.
Yeah, we had some designs in Figma that were pretty similar.
Yeah.
So it would basically be uh, if you like quickly want to jump in Figma, I can show
Yeah.
you what I had in mind. So
I have this here is
yeah, so imagine like this is it, and I think it also will be nicer because the we can make the container for the review and the title a bit narrower. I think now it kind of spans a bit too much,
what
left and right.
Yeah. Getting that.
So we can just do this, or we can even, in oh yeah, here we go. You're already
Yeah.
doing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think I like that more than this. Like I think also like the area around here kind of makes it easier to focus on the book as opposed
Hmm.
to here where it feels like the I'm on like the book page again.
Yeah.
And yeah, I like it.
Yeah, on the book page it works because there's a lot going on underneath, and the cover is just the narrow, slither of an image up top, and then there's like what's like interesting over here. If we make it half the screen to fill up the space at the bottom, well, it's not gonna be like this on most screens. On most screens, it's probably gonna cut right. I mean, on my laptop, it cuts right underneath the review. So yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I think I definitely like this direction. And
nice. I can do some styling for the sections that use that and make it more like that and centered, because the sections with the images left and right, those really look good on any screen.
oh yeah. Yeah,
So
I've really liked these sections. Cool.
yeah, we should
Any
make the yeah.
I was gonna say one of the things that I I like this little like some like definition for the other text, but I wonder if that might look out of place on these ones. But because yeah, it would kind of have to go over yeah, like because these kind of blend into each other, so you couldn't do that. And if you did it across the entire thing, then
There
if
could be
this
like, yeah, small background so that it's boxed. I mean, for the book sections, I didn't mind that they were not boxed. I mean, uh, it's good that some sections can be. I think this needs to be like even. Yeah.
yeah
Yeah, it's not looking too bad. Even this can be, but yeah, I don't know.
if you deselected on yours, let me see.
Oh yeah, no, I deselected it.
Okay,
Oh,
maybe
whose guy
I'm.
is selected?
Oh, I have it selected.
What's
There you
happening?
go.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I see.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it creates some weird space, around here, around here. That's the problem because this is kind of like a tricky layout. So um, it would need, to balance out the space. It would need probably like some padding uh,
Mm,
to just make it even across, or could be just like this. Still, there are some areas, see, over here and over here, where it's weird if it's in a box. So maybe even if you've got there are what I did on mobile is that this cover jumps uh, in the center, so that it's like this. You've got this in the center. You've got this. You've got this, and then you've got the.
oh
So
yeah.
that definitely would work better, but the review is the one that needs to be left aligned, so it needs a bit more space, and it would have like a smaller.
Yeah.
Or we
I
could
think.
do, yeah.
Or what about like doing like this and then I'm just playing with like, what if it was enclosing both of them like that?
Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, yeah. See, that actually looks good. I mean, the boxing, I'm okay with it. I used to do this. You remember, at first when we design stuff, I always put stuff in boxes, but I think like moving, I don't know, at some point we started moving away from that, but this looks good. It gives it a bit more
Yeah,
structure.
yeah. Like if I was to compare that and this, it yeah, it feels like much more defined. Like especially since these are going to be scrolling through, and like we'll be kind of going through them like slides in a deck. This feels more like a slide in a deck.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah. Um, that's gonna, I mean, we'll have to see how it looks on the regular, sorry, laptop resolutions because
yeah, true.
I'm guessing that would. What I'm worried is that now the height, for instance, on most laptops, sometimes it even cuts the review, so you don't have that space at the bottom, only on big screens. This would make it significantly, I think, like the height here is equal almost to, so it's almost a square, so we'd have to center it on the screen. So I'd say maybe duplicate the layout, see how it looks like, because it might not on regular screens, I mean most screens which people are likely to view it on, it might not look so good as it does here. It might just like be a square that's
Mm,
squished from top and bottom. That's
yeah,
my worry.
and
Uh,
we could make the cover a different size in different screens if that helps too. Or
it might. I'm thinking the review is usually the one that pushes the layout.
mm,
But let's. It looks way different from experience when styling these, in code. It's like really different than how they feel in Figma. So I'd
yeah,
say maybe just duplicate one of the layouts or like redo one of the single book layouts, see how it looks like, and then if it works, change all of them. I
yeah,
kind of like the cover for those. It kind of like puts a different feel to the page. But yeah, I also like the one that fades
get
in,
cut out
even
there.
though. Oh, sorry. I think I got a bit cut
Yeah, we're
off.
back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The ones with lots of
Um,
space around them look good, and I have to see how I can make this full screen height so that it doesn't like stack up top the intro header.
mm,
Yeah.
let's
What
see.
else was there?
Let's see. So one thought I had was for each section, we're kind of choosing like a single color. I was thinking, what about using two colors and a gradient between them that are like really close to each other, like
Yeah.
95% similar, and
Yeah,
do
of course.
like a diagonal gradient or something like that.
Yeah, so basically we'd have first color, second color. So we wouldn't just set one color, we'd set two colors. Yeah, if that's, I mean,
Yeah.
definitely, I think gradient would be nice, and I'm a fan of those. There's an account I follow that does these Japanese gradients. So they're like woodblock gradients, which are
Mm.
like the most color coordinated things ever, and they source the gradients from those. So On some sections, especially the ones with big images, the ones with the left right layout, yeah, a gradient would look very nice.
And kind of in that same idea about adding like a I think I added it here, like a shadow on one or both of these elements.
Yeah, on both works. A shadow works. We should also make the images just like half and half, so it's square image instead of what it is now.
Oh yeah.
So they're more like this. But yeah, we'll we'll definitely do that.
Um,
Yeah, these layouts are amazing. So this with the gradient.
let's see what else. Um, sometimes it like doesn't load all of the sections for some reason. I've noticed this in development mode, and I'm not exactly sure why. It feels like a Next.js problem because like it should be showing all the authors here, but it's only showing one. Have you had that
Yeah, I
problem?
know. Yes, I
Um,
didn't know what was happening, and I was afraid to ask, but I assumed it was like a loading problem. Um, there's also one other weird thing I haven't gotten to the bottom of, and I mean, maybe you will have an easier job than I would. There's a weird uh, thing happening where there's another div. See, there's that sidebar on the side. That sidebar shouldn't be there.
you mean
I
like how
couldn't
this div?
find where. Yeah, see, there's yeah this thing that I'm assuming is another wrapper that wraps the whole thing that gets added, and it might be like
Yeah,
an H full height kind of thing. So we have this window that scrolls the sections and it snaps, but on top of that, or like enclosing that, we have another section that generates that sidebar. And
okay.
yeah, I couldn't find that one.
Oh, nice. I was gonna say I was like if I space barred or page down, it didn't work, but looks like you've already fixed that.
Oh yeah. I've managed to fix one sidebar, but not the other. I don't know where it's coming from. I
Cool.
think the HTML has the actual like HTML has a H full, like full height class
Mm,
name to it, and that's what might be triggering it. But I couldn't find where that comes from. So yeah, maybe you'll be luckier. I mean, I'll have a look into it. But yeah, that's the only thing.
yeah, I can look into that one.
Yeah,
Um, cool.
must be a wrapper or some kind that's coming in.
Yeah.
There's also this weird flickering for some sections after there's like a longer section, like this one, like most bookmark lists. Um, so if you go at the bottom after this, maybe it's just me. I haven't seen it flicker on your screen.
Hmm.
Maybe it's not flickering anymore.
What was happening? Like, is it
It
a
was
background?
just flickering the lists when I scrolled to one of the sections at the bottom. Yeah. So when I did this, it just like flickered the lists for half, like 1/10 of a second.
Huh.
But yeah, no, it's good now.
Cool.
Yeah, I fixed it. We fixed
Yep.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we fixed it.
Take credit. You fixed it.
Yeah. Perfect.
Cool. Um, yeah, I think how we handle one of the other questions I had was yeah how we handle these sections where it's like it's a scroll, but it's working. Like it, you can scroll within it, and then
Oh
when you're
yeah.
done, it snaps to the next one, which is
hmm
really cool.
Yeah. It's actually like instead of putting it as a full height section, it's you set it as a minimum full height, so it's at
Mm,
minimum a full height. But if it needs to scroll, it just scrolls. So yeah, it was just like a small fix.
nice. Wow. Yeah. That's like best case for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Scroll snap is really like nice and intuitive once you know.
Oh, okay. I have one other thing. Um, so for each of these, pretty much every section we have, whether that's most read in a month or anywhere else, we have a we have a list that corresponds with this that we could link to. Um, so for each of these, if we wanted to, we could have a link to the list. But I'm wondering
Hmm.
how we should link to that. Like we could make this a link, or we could add like an icon or
Maybe the
something.
icon. I mean, we don't want people navigating away from this page necessarily, or making like missteps on mobile or that kind of thing as they're scrolling. So maybe just an icon and make it like not that, maybe 50% opacity. Just so, is there like any SEO or any like other advantage if we place that link there?
Um, no, I think it's mostly just for usability. Like if people want to, um, if like they want to go to this list of most read books from any year read in
Hmm.
2023, like how they get there, just providing them a
Yeah,
way to get there.
yeah. Uh, let's put like a small icon just to link people to there, maybe, or put a link on the whole thing, but without the underline. Uh, that could work too.
Yeah.
And we should also maybe have for each of these sections a share button. I know people in the Discord mentioned they'd like a share button on some pages where
Mm,
they. I'm guessing some people prefer that to actually copying the link, just having the share button over there. And I'm guessing from a usability standpoint, we want people to share it and remind them that they can share it from any point in the yeah whole
yeah. Should we just make it like a thing up here to share, and then
yeah,
it'd be
maybe,
like,
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. And it would be nice to have the uh, anchor for the section as well, so when you share and you're on a, I wanted to see if I can make the actual URL change the anchor link as you scroll. That would be like really good.
I I was actually thinking about that, and I think we shouldn't do that. Actually, I think we should
Yeah.
encourage people to always link to the front. That way,
Okay.
it's kind of like people could get a link and share it to a specific section, but I think the kind of the default way of sharing and the default way of like linking to the page should be linking to the top.
Okay. That makes sense. We want them to have the full experience. Yeah. I noticed that our box did this, so the URL changed for each section.
Mm,
So I thought maybe that's a thing. But yeah, now that you're saying it, it's better to have them go through the whole thing. I mean, it's enjoyable. It's not like that long. They can browse, like
yeah.
if they go really fast, they can do it in 2 minutes. If they like to take their time, they can do it in 10 minutes. So it's not like that much.
And I love that every book cover on here is like interactive with a description and a book button.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Like,
And this is gonna be very nice for browsing for books to read, especially on such like a wide spectrum of everything. Uh,
um, let's see. I think that's everything I had. Yeah, I think the only other thing for me is like adding the other couple sections that we're still finalizing, but kind of like common tropes from the year, things like that,
Hmm.
and then what books people are looking forward to in 2024. But I think all of those will be pretty straightforward. Oops. Mm-mm.
Yeah, wait, I think you got cut off. So if you asked something, I didn't hear it.
Oh, I was just saying, yeah, I think I only have a couple of last things to figure out, which are like the couple sections we haven't added yet for like common book tropes and
Hmm.
2024 books. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that's perfect. I'll finish up with all the images, I think, tomorrow. So we can, if you add those sections in, I can pull it and add the first like draft for each one as well.
cool.
And then we can share it with the librarians and get it checked.
Yeah, sounds good to me. Well,
Perfect. Yeah.
this
Yeah, this
is
is.
it's coming along.
Wait, I think you're.
Yeah, I I think yeah, even
Oh,
adding like more reviews is going to help it too, because the reviews that are in there really, yeah, they really like personalize it in a way I wasn't expecting. So I'm
mhm.
very happy with those.
Yeah, yeah. There are some nice reviews, and I love that there are some like reviews that are really similar to how people review films on Letterboxd.
Hmm. Yeah.
It's gonna be like really really fun, and I'm hoping whoever gets featured on this page will share it because this is their review. It might be like a nice surprise for people to see their review on there. So I'm hoping they will share it
Um,
and actually be surprised.
yeah. Cool.
Nice, yeah.
Well,
This is coming along really nicely. It's gonna be. I mean, it's gonna be the most fun. I think. I mean,
yeah. It's
like the whole sum up.
yeah. I can't wait to yeah see what people think.
Yeah,
Cool.
nice.
Well,
Wow.
I'm gonna go continue working on those things we talked about, and yeah, we can see where we are next week.
Yeah, that's perfect. I'll put them in tomorrow, and yeah, we'll
Sounds
go
good.
according to plan. Perfect. Awesome.
Well,
Well, thanks everybody. Thanks for the session, Adam.
yeah.
And yeah, talk
Talk to you
next
later.
week. See ya. Bye bye.